Hello, my name is Amanda Sunseri, and I am your guest host for the school district's digital showcase Inside Lake Schools. Coming up on the monthly edition of Inside Lake Schools, school headlines from newsmakers across the district, including graduation is right around the corner, Eastridge Middle is recognized nationally, and school district recognizes its Rookie Teacher of the Year, Volunteer of the Year, and School-Related Employee of the Year. Then, Brian Payne is on the show to talk about exciting opportunities for community engagement. Now, here is what is making news around the school district. Our big story for this month is our teachers and the great impact they are making with students. In honor of Teacher Appreciation Week earlier this month, here is a big thank you to all of the outstanding teachers at Lake County Schools. One teacher who recently received praise is the school district's Rookie Teacher of the Year, Laura Fagan, an 8th grade social studies teacher from Windy Hill Middle School. She is in her second year of teaching. The Rookie Teachers of the Year celebration was hosted by the Educational Foundation of Lake County and presented by Ernie Morris Enterprises and Hahn. Teachers winning some green for their classrooms include Maria Belen Lopez, a Spanish teacher at Umatilla High, and Kayla Brown, a 4th grade teacher from Groveland Elementary. Lopez has been awarded a scholarship to attend the 2014 Kagan Summer Academy at Walt Disney World. Lopez was one of the 60 deserving educators chosen for nearly $40,000 in Kagan scholarships. More than 580 applications were received. The Academy offers workshops that help prepare teachers for the transition to the deeper thinking and application skills within the new Florida standard. Brown has been awarded a Reflex Educator grant to help students in her class with math fluency. The grant program awards exceptional educators with the opportunity to use Explore Learning Reflex. The program helps students develop fluency with basic math facts, addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Another teacher recently recognized is Alan Rasmussen from Eustis Middle School. 6 students from Eustis Middle School received awards this spring at the Future Business Leaders of America State Conference in Orlando. The nationwide program teaches basic skills in business communication, presentation, and calculations. In addition to Eustis Middle students winning awards for keyboarding, public speaking, and other business applications, Alan Rasmussen was inducted into the Advisor Hall of Fame during the conference. It was the 5th consecutive year that Eustis Middle has finished first for keyboarding at the state competition. Congratulations are in order for Lake Mineola High Band Director John North and State Champion Indoor Percussion Ensemble from Lake Mineola High. The group competed at the Florida Federation of Color Guard Circuit State Championships, performing in the 2A class competition. Lake Mineola High won the state championship gold medal title. Each student received a special gold medal at the award ceremony and were recognized for their advanced level of performance for their class. Staying in the world of music, Matthew Flenner, band director at Eustis High, had the jazz ensembles from his school performing well at the Lakeside Jazz Festival in Port Orange, Florida. Both jazz ensembles from Eustis High earned superior ratings. Eustis High School Jazz Ensemble, JE1, won nearly every award at the competition, including Saxophone Section of the Day, Trumpet Section of the Day, Trombone Section of the Day, Rhythm Section of the Day, Soloist of the Day, and overall Grand Champion Band of the Day. We would be remiss in not honoring the amazing work being accomplished at Carver Middle and Beverly Shores Elementary. Joseph Newton, a 5th grade teacher at Beverly Shores, and Bart Nash, robotics teacher at Carver Middle, took teams of students to compete in the 2014 VEX Robotics World Championship in Anaheim, California. Competing against 800 schools from 28 different countries was 4 teams from Carver Middle and 1 team from Beverly Shores Elementary. The VEX Robotics World Championships included top teams from more than 400 tournaments. Carver Middle and Beverly Shores Elementary students have been working year-round using the VEX robotics design system to build robots designed to score the most points possible. In other news, the Lake County School Board approved the student calendar for the 2014-2015 school year. The first day of school is August 18th. Other notable dates include the Thanksgiving holiday from November 24th through the 28th, winter break on December 22nd through the 31st and January 1st and 2nd, and spring break from March 30th to April 3rd. For a complete calendar for the 2014-2015 school year, log on to www.lake.k12.fl.us/calendar. Congratulations to Lake County Schools Volunteer of the Year and School-Related Employee of the Year. At the Educational Foundation of Lake County's annual Night of Stars celebration, Gail Minnig from Mount Dora High was selected as Volunteer of the Year. She has volunteered more than 2,000 hours this year and has been a volunteer for 4 years. Volunteering for the Hurricane Marching Band at Mount Dora High is her passion. Her biggest challenge date was to organize the band's largest field trip in history, the Super Bowl parade in New Orleans. At the same event, Nilda Rivera, a secretary from the Human Resources Department, was selected as School-Related Employee of the Year. Rivera has been with the school district for 10 years. She is responsible for fingerprinting and screening employees. Her supervisor finds her to be organized and constantly looking to improve productivity. Lake County made national news as East Ridge Middle joined the prestigious ranks of being selected in Avid, advanced via individual determination, National Demonstration School. A college readiness system, Avid is currently implemented in nearly 5,000 schools nationwide. East Ridge Middle is the 141st Avid National Demonstration School. Lake County Schools introduced the Avid program at 6 schools in 2009. The college preparatory program was made available 2 years later in all Lake County middle and high schools. According to Avid's website, national research indicates that Avid schools send 1/3 more students to 4-year colleges than the local and national averages, and Avid helps to alleviate the achievement gap between students from different socioeconomic groups. The process of becoming the 8th Avid National Demonstration School in the state included an 18-month cycle of walkthroughs and Avid officials and continuous refinement of the program. After the final visit on April 1st, an Avid team made the positive announcement in front of Avid students, teachers, administrators, and guests. A touching story of generosity. From Lake Hills School, as Project SOS Support Our Soldiers made another round of life-changing donations to students. Last year, Project SOS donated motorized wheelchairs to 3 students at Lake Hills School. Last week, the Charity Foundation donated motorized wheelchairs to another 3 students. Said Robin Myers, principal at Lake Hills School, "Their generous donations have given our students a newfound freedom of mobility and independence." To wrap up this month's headlines, here's to wishing my fellow seniors well as we prepare for our final assignment as students of Lake County Schools, graduation. The graduation ceremony for the class of 2014 will take place for many Lake County seniors on Friday, May 30th. High school graduation times and locations for May 30th are East Ridge High at 9:30 a.m. at the UCF Arena, Eustis High, 7:30 p.m. at the school's football stadium, and Lake Mineola High, Leesburg High, Mount Dora High, South Lake High, Tavares High, and Umatilla High are at 8 p.m. in their school's football stadium. Now for some exciting news from my school, South Lake High School. Our football, baseball, tennis, soccer, track, and volleyball teams have all had an amazing season. Our basketball team finished off their amazing season with Morgan Kearns being recognized as Bright House Sports Network's Student Athlete of the Year from my school. Our soccer team finished off very well. Our softball team competed at regionals and placed very high, as well as our swim team with Maggie Hahn making it to states, being the only student from our school making it to that level of the competition. And our bowling team with Katie Stark, who was recognized last year as being the Florida State champion bowler, made it to states again this year as well. Our clubs at our school include FFA, which has had many competitions throughout the year, including parliamentary procedure, horse judging, and sales, which recently just went to the state competition and placed second in the state, which I am proud to say I was part of. Our SGA club, which is our student government organization, which hosts many school-wide functions, including at the very beginning of the year, freshman orientation, homecoming in October, and spring week, which just recently happened at the end of March. Our NHS program, which is the National Honor Society program, recently put on for Teacher Appreciation Week a teacher appreciation luncheon for all of the teachers and staff of our school to show them how well appreciated they are. Our HOSA and FBLA teams both made it to their state competition and placed very high. Our FCA and Key Club have both had very successful years. Our Peer Buddy program recently put on a Peer Buddy prom for our peer buddies and the students in our Peer Buddy program, which was a very unique opportunity for those students. Our Art Club and Creative Writing Club have also had very successful years, as well as our Robotics Club and our Math Olympics Club, which made it to the competition this year and placed very high as well. Over to Chris Patton and his interview with Brian Payne about opportunities for community engagement.
Thank you, Amanda, and good luck this summer at Florida State University. Now for our guest for this hour on Inside Lake Schools, Brian Payne, Community Resource Liaison with Lake County Schools. Brian, you're new to the school district. Can you tell us a little bit about your role as Community Resource Liaison?
Sure, yes. I have the distinct privilege to interact with our community, ensuring that our volunteer and academic volunteer opportunities are being met. So I'm doing exactly that today. I'm coming out and just building awareness, providing information about the opportunities that are out there within our community engagement platform. I certainly don't represent all of community engagement. In fact, we have 45 volunteer coordinators, one at each of our schools that sort of represent the eyes and ears for opportunities within that school. We also have an outstanding administrative staff that helps ensure those that are coming in for the first time can do so easily and go through the recycle process if necessary and handle all of our screening processes.
When you talk about community engagement, what is that and why is that important to Lake County Schools?
Sure. Community engagement reinforces this idea that we as a district, we're looking at it as partnerships. We don't look at parental involvement or community involvement necessarily as clients, but as partners for education. In our case, we're defining community engagement through volunteering, mentoring, and business partnerships.
So when you talk about community engagement, it goes back to that saying where it takes a village sometimes to raise a child.
Exactly, yep.
So why is this significant for Lake County Schools, in particular student achievement? How does this drive student achievement?
Sure. There's been a substantial amount of evidence that demonstrates that parental involvement, community engagement specifically, not only does it increase that gap with academic achievement, but it also reinforces school improvements and helps build cultures within our schools that support all of our students.
So as we move from community engagement into volunteering, mentoring, very specific roles in this community engagement platform, why is it significant to Lake County Schools, and why do we need this now in our schools more than ever?
Sure. Lake County Schools, actually, can we stop? I think we skipped a question.
Oh yeah, you did. I did.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Ready?
Okay, will Chris ask the question again? Chris, do you mind asking the question again?
You talk about student improvement. Can you describe some examples of how community engagement improves student education?
Sure. Research shows that students who have parents and communities that are actively involved in their schools, they adapt well in schools. They attend schools more regularly. They also consistently complete their homework assignments. They graduate, they go off to college and career. They have that prep needed in order to succeed after school. Studies sorry, let's do that again.
We could just pick up the answer.
Okay. Research shows that students who have parents and community that are actively involved within their schools, they're more apt to do well in school. They attend school more regularly. They also have more consistent approaches with their homework, consistently getting it done. Sorry, I keep messing that up. I'm thinking too hard.
Yeah, just talk, man.
I know.
Question?
Yeah.
You talk about student improvement. What specific examples can you give me that where community engagement, volunteering, mentoring improves student and achievement?
Sure. Well, research has always shown that students who have parents and the community involved in their education, they adapt well in school. They attend school more regularly. They finish their homework more consecutively. For them, there's also an improvement in their social skills, high self-esteem. These are the sort of things that you see as a result of that interaction. You add that in with community involvement, you see an increase in student success in the schools. You see a decrease in suspension rates, and you also look at viable opportunities for students after school. Building that connection with the community is very important.
So what you're talking about is basically volunteering and mentoring with parents and community members. It's really nothing new. Back in my day, or back when I was in school, I remember my parents volunteering for our field trips when we went out, as kindergartners and first graders. What's different about now, and why is it so important to
Sure.
schools?
Yeah, sure. We've always had success with volunteering, mentoring, and business partnerships. We want to build off that success. We want to create very easy steps so that anybody can get involved if they want to have some sort of engagement within our schools. We have excellent parents, and I've heard great testimonials from those who volunteer. We want to build off of that. Our program is growing. Our Florida State standards, the bar has been increased. So we have to keep up with these sort of things. So the resources are definitely needed. And on top of that, we're also looking at, those sort of connections that we have with the local talent that we have in our backyard. We eventually want to see that retired NASA employee who can come into our schools and complement a lesson in science.
So you're talking about some new programs and functions that where volunteers and mentors can get involved, like that science. Is there any other ones that you can mention?
Sure, yeah. Our processes and approaches are certainly changing. We're redesigning a culture within not just a specific school, but within the district. We're creating a community of volunteers. So it's not necessarily somebody stepping in and doing a field trip, but we want to create an environment where they're consecutively being involved within our schools on different levels. We have specific programs that are available, especially for business needs. We have an Avid program, for example. This is a college prep program that introduces students to a technical field outside of school. Having that skill set from talent that work in Lake County into those programs is very significant. That sort of support is well needed. We also have a career and technical education programs. You think about things like career coaching and those sort of workshops, preparing students for what happens after school. That's a very significant need.
Of course, yeah, it sounds very significant. You also mentioned a little bit about business partnerships. How is that different than just volunteering or mentoring as an individual? How is a business partnership different? Why is it important to the school district?
Sure, yeah. If a business partner is interested in finding opportunities for engagement, the best way or the best advice that I can give for a business partner is to become active within the schools, getting inside of our schools. We have volunteer opportunities that expand between just coming on a field trip with the students, to tutoring, to mentoring, to the specialized programs that I mentioned earlier. We also have a website that provides all the information on the different types of programs that are available.
So I'm ready to get involved. I want to volunteer, I want to mentor, I want to be a business partner. What's my next step? Where do I go from here?
Sure. Well, if you want to get actively involved in the school and you're an interested volunteer or mentor, you would apply online by going to lakeschools.com and clicking on our community and volunteering page. If a parent or a community member wants to volunteer, I would encourage them to familiarize themselves with our website. Once your application has gone through, you'll be prompted to contact the school of your choice and let the volunteer coordinator at that school know that you have completed the online portion of your application. Depending on the need, there may be an additional request for fingerprint screening, and that information can be found online as well. If you're a business and you have questions, you want to learn more about career and technical education.
Some of those programs.
Exactly, those programs like Avid. Or you want to see a list of descriptions on those sort of opportunities, we have an online inquiry form which you can fill out. Or you can contact me, of course, at community@lake.k12.fl.us.
That's an email address, right?
Correct.
So basically, if you want to start with either one of these programs, you need to go to the website at lakeschools.com, fill out an application or inquiry form, and then you'll be in contact with these people right away.
We'll get you connected, yep.
Brian, I really appreciate you being on the show today. taught us a lot about community engagement and how it's going to help Lake County schools.
Right, well, the whole idea is connecting those dots. It's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you. And thank you for joining us on this edition of Inside Lake Schools. We'll see you next month